Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and in today's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on this movie released in 1997, and it was also a Best Picture nomination as well at the Academy Awards from 1997. And of course, I also watched this movie on DVD last November after Thanksgiving of last year in 2024, and this review is on LA Confidential. LA Confidential is directed by Curtis Hanson and stars Kevin Spacey, Russell Crowe, Guy Pearce, and Kim Basinger, whatever you want to pronounce that, and Danny DeVito. So, in this movie, LA Confidential comes to us from director Curtis Hanson and a terrific cast that serve up a thrilling tale of police corruption and Hollywood glamour, says Marshall Fine from Gannett Newspapers. In this film of the novel by James Ellroy, three cops, a call girl, and a mysterious millionaire, and of course a journalist and the chief of detectives, they all together they fuel a plot rife with mystery, ambition, romance, and humor. Yeah, and of course this is most likely this movie came out the mid post 90s, 1997. And of course the film captured Academy Awards in 1997 for Best Supporting Actress and Best Adapted Screenplay. And yeah, and I think this movie also got a Best Picture nomination as well, but of course it was lost to Titanic, which was another film that came out the same year as this movie. And yeah, so that's pretty much the basic plot on what LA Confidential is about. And yeah, there you go. So like I said, I watched this movie on DVD for the first time, when I was in the car, on our way back from Thanksgiving break, last November. And oh yeah, and of course it was also the winner of two Academy Awards. And I'm gonna have to say, I absolutely really love this movie because I know I've been hearing from lots of people that lots of people have been giving this movie lots of praise, and after watching it for the first time, I absolutely love this movie. I think it's definitely like one of the best films to ever come out in 1997. And what I really like most about this movie is that it actually had a very interesting story as well. Like how this movie takes place in Hollywood, and that's why it's called LA Confidential, because it takes place in Los Angeles, California, and Hollywood and all that. And of course I excuse me. And it's like I always have a thing with movies that take place in Los Angeles, Hollywood, and I always like movies like that. And I gotta say, this movie L.A. Confidential even had a very interesting story as well, because I think the story itself I thought was well written, and I can definitely see how critics gave this movie 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, it's really that good. And I actually got this DVD from, I think I remember I got it from my local giant grocery store back when they used to sell DVDs and all that, which they don't anymore. And then of course I didn't start watching this movie until recently, last November, like I just said. But but yeah, like I said, after watching this, I absolutely love this movie. I think it's amazing, and definitely one of the best Academy Award nominees as well. Yeah, and even the movie does have a good cast as well. Like, I think Curtis Hanson actually does a great job directing this film, and I think Curtis Hanson's direction was well done. And even the cast members, the acting itself is really good too. It's got terrific acting. And yeah, Russell Crowe was always awesome to see in movies, and Russell Crowe was awesome in this film. Guy Pearce was also great. Danny DeVito, he was good. And yeah, and I gotta say, this is at the time when this movie first came out, and back then prior to post 2017, because I'm not gonna go into full detail on that, but I gotta say, this is probably one of Kevin Spacey's best movies he's ever been in. Like, do I prefer him in this or American Beauty? Well, I think even after watching this movie, I think I would prefer Kevin Spacey in L.A. Confidential, because because I can see how American Beauty, like, even though American Beauty won Best Picture at the Oscars and Kevin Spacey won Best Actor, like, I gotta say, like, because nowadays I think people don't really like American Beauty all that much, because I think the movie American Beauty aged like mayonnaise, especially Kevin Spacey's win for Best Actor in American Beauty. Yeah, people these days have been saying that movie and Kevin Spacey's Best Actor win aged like mayonnaise. Yeah, yeah. But you guys know what I'm talking about. This was actually, like, prior to, like, post 2017 during the Me Too movement. I'm not judging Kevin Spacey as a person. I'm just judging Kevin Spacey as, like, as his characters in movies like L.A. Confidential. And at the time when this movie first came out, his performance and his character was good in this film, and yeah, kind of like in Usual Suspects, which I also enjoyed Usual Suspects as well, and of course Seven. Yeah, I love Seven, and of course, like, L.A. Confidential is rated R for strong violence and language and for sexuality. And it's also a really long movie too. Like, this movie is about like 138 minutes, so it's a really long movie. Oh yeah, James Cromwell is also in the film too. James Cromwell's in a lot of movies that I know of. And Jerry Goldsmith, who does the music in this film. Jerry Goldsmith is always an awesome. He was an awesome composer, and yeah, Jerry Goldsmith's music in this film, it's really good. And since I love both this movie and Titanic, since Titanic won Best Picture of 1997, even though I do love both movies, I'm gonna have to say I think L.A. Confidential I think is a better movie that came out in 1997. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love Titanic, but I gotta say I think the difference between both stories in Titanic and L.A. Confidential, I gotta say L.A. Confidential, I think it has a much more interesting story, since Titanic was more on the romance side, and Titanic is also even longer than this film. But like I said, don't get me wrong, I still love Titanic, and I still love both movies too. But I'm gonna have to say, L.A. Confidential, I think is a much better 1997 Best Picture nominee. But to be specific, this movie got some Academy Awards for Best Supporting Actress and Best Adapted Screenplay. Yeah. So, yeah, because I actually really enjoyed everything about this movie, and yeah, definitely one of the best films I ever watched, and I'm glad I did. And I'm glad I watched it on DVD too. Because physical media these days are far more better to as an option anyway than streaming services and all that. But yeah, but I think most of the time it's always nice to support physical media, and that it's a much better option than streaming. And I'm glad I watched this movie on DVD. So overall, L.A. Confidential was an amazing, fantastic movie from 1997, and I'm gonna rate this movie 5 out of 5 stars. If you have not seen it yet, then I highly recommend it. If you're interested, then I recommend it. And there you have it, guys. That's my movie review on L.A. Confidential. And there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for this movie review. Hope you guys liked it. And if you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. And also make sure to like this video as well. With that being said, until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.